Gentlemen.
Industrial strength is the map, spawning as the blue allies on the left side. We have C9, Q9, MD from Team Orbit.
And at the top right as our red allies, we have WalftheWolf opening up with a fast boot camp, really utilizing that crazy build radius on the allied MCVs, but so is C9.
Yes, indeed, C9 going to be dropping down the second racks, as is WalftheWolf. So both of these players, it's a mirror matchup, and they're going to be mirroring each other's builds. The difference, I think, maybe is in the number of dogs. I think C9 got an extra dog, but the engineers are now out for both players. WalftheWolf getting the kill on that dog. I think C9 was hoping to sneak in an engineer kill,
oh, man,
but it just was not meant to be.
The dog here from WalftheWolf will actually block off that refinery, so now we're going to have to see a dog or peacekeeper pull to prevent that.
Yeah, I mean, it is going to delay the second refinery maybe a little bit, but as long as there's not two dogs there blocking both refinery spots, it's not too big of a deal. It is going to be delaying the walls, so I mean, there's that.
Wall swag. It's actually the same for C9. He blocked off the other refinery as well.
So both of these players being super annoying with their units, a good move. They both have grabbed one oil derrick, and it looks like they're going to be congregating on the kind of middle north, as C9 is maybe deciding if he wants to head up that hill or not. Actually, WalftheWolf has a dog on the high ground, which means we could actually see a really, like, covert bark, just the dog coming from behind with the flank attack.
Covert bark. That's a funny term. That's hilarious. Patent that. It's amazing.
That totally makes sense. A loud noise like a bark is totally covert.
Oh dear. So, actually,
on top of that, it's called an amplified bark, so it's even louder, so it's even less covert.
It's cool when you put a dog in an IFV, so it's like barking, but it's like in an IFV, so it doesn't die really fast. That's cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, so basically, disengaging
C9
for now.
Going to be heading to the middle of the map with his MCV, possibly just for another fast turret push, but the walls are down for WalftheWolf, which means these peacekeepers won't be able to provide that support.
But don't the MCVs crush walls? I'm pretty sure they do.
They do indeed.
And that's the same with Assault Destroyers, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's the thing, is that C9 would have to, like, bring his MCV up to the front line, which means he's not building a multi-gunner turret. So, I mean, he's going to have to, like, make the choice. WalftheWolf should go ahead and start his own multi-gunner turret. He does right there. It's going to be a little bit behind the multi-gunner turret of C9, but it looks like C9, he has cleared the dog out from the middle of the map, that garage. So I guess he might be going for an engineer, but no, he's just pumping out a lot of javelin troopers.
I like how WalftheWolf has literally walled off his ramp. It's like, you know, you'd hear that, you think we're talking about StarCraft too. But, like, these Javelin Troopers, if they actually go up that cliff, they can laser lock down that War Factory, but you'll actually lose a couple to the Riptide, so nice sniping there. They are quite expensive. Got to make sure he doesn't lose those Riptides, though. He may actually lose the one on the retreat. It's pretty slow because it is wounded, but it will barely escape, so definitely a nice snipe indeed.
And with this kind of choke point within the choke point, those walls, we could actually see some pretty sick splash damage from a multi-gunner turret on the peacekeepers as they come through it. But on the left side, we do have a IFV out of WalftheWolf. He's heading around the side of the map. I don't think there's anything in it.
No.
Yeah, no.
But I think C9 could, like, win this game really easily. He's doing that. Yeah, he's going to laser lock the War Factory, but not only that, also the power plants as well. So actually, I'm not sure how WalftheWolf can defend this, because he can't really get walls in time, because it's going to be too late when he actually notices.
Sells off the War Factory, that's how he's going to defend it. And he's got the IFV kind of like in the middle. Maybe if he would have had like a peacekeeper in there and been able to have run it around and snipe down these javelin troopers on the side, that would have worked, but they found the sweet spot to go ahead and start targeting down this power plant. We need to see the sell-off from WalftheWolf. He likely will sell it off, but he is a little bit late there. He won't get the full refund, unfortunately for him.
He's just losing his entire base.
Yeah, forced to sell it off bit by bit. I mean, the airfield is now down, which with the Vindicator, he'll be able to do some damage to those javelin troopers, but it's not ideal.
Yeah, it looks like the infantry from C9 are trying to move in, but there are a lot of javelins on the field, so you got to be careful he doesn't actually lose it to the laser lock. He's getting laser locked. He may lose the Vindicator. But they're not attacking. What are they doing? What? Okay. Oh, but actually, The infantry army is moving in. That multi-gunner turret gets destroyed and kind of forces the retreat for now.
All right, the Riptide's going to be really the saving grace of WalftheWolf if he can get the perfect angle, as long as they're not overwhelmed by the multi-gunner turret, which gets sniped down quite nicely by that Vindicator strike for C9. He's spread out a little bit here. He's got the airfield on the front line, but it would be probably better if he just quickly finished off that oil derrick and then diverted all resources to this engagement, because he's got WalftheWolf all holed up. WalftheWolf really can't get out without C9 knowing about it, and another strike annihilating another multi-gunner turret, but C9 is about to be with some direct pressure. WalftheWolf is busting out of his own base.
WalftheWolf did lose one of his Vindicators, but this Vindicator from C9 may get sniped as this is on the ground, and those Riptides can kill it pretty fast. Multi-gunner turret Peacekeepers are getting mopped up there, so it looks as though WalftheWolf had actually managed to break through and kind of crush the offensive push there, and now their airfield really is looking too good here in a pretty aggressive position that you can't really retreat that.
No, not at all, and he does get the Vindicator up out of the air, off the ground. And he is going to be able to snipe down a couple of Peacekeepers. It looks like 3 and a Riptide. So nice moves there by C9, narrowly saving that Vindicator. It's got hardly health at all. Oh, never mind. It goes down. What killed it?
There was no airfield, so therefore they burn out without fuel.
Yeah, that is true. A good point there.
Yeah, same with like Apollos and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, so basically I think C9 maybe got a little bit greedy. I think I would have preferred to see him go for that third expansion rather than just trying to like desperately sort of push through. But these Riptides are really just kind of wrecking through these. But these multi-gunner turrets are going to be pretty effective. Actually, almost sniped the engineer. Does manage to evac it into a Riptide though. So nice timing as a cryo shot's actually landing on the infantry. But C9 dodges it though as more of these Vindicators are kind of bombing through those multi-gunner turrets.
Yeah, and it looks like C9 is going to be returning the favor. You have to remember, every time you see a cryo shot from one of the allied players, then the other allied player likely does have it. C9 is going to be crushing through one of the barracks. One of them did get sold off, but he's got 2 fully heroic Peacekeepers and then a elite Peacekeeper. So he's going to have some pretty nice veteran Peacekeepers. But in the middle of the map, we do have that Riptide. It has claimed the garage for WalftheWolf.
And that's actually very crucial because these Riptides are going to be so much stronger if they can hit and run and really regenerate themselves. So I quite like that play, really making these Riptides that much more effective. But actually, those Vindicators were doing something. I'm not really sure what they did though.
Yeah, they were just sort of flying around the map, maybe trying to... they might have been seeing if they could pick off any stray targets, but it does look like C9 is going to be catching eyes on that garage. He actually saw the Riptide from the low ground, and then he's like, well, I'm going to go ahead and end this, but at the same time, it's allowing WalftheWolf the opportunity to move out.
That Vet 1 Riptide was definitely going to die, but then that garage saved it alive because it was regenerating through the bullets of one Peacekeeper. So that garage is definitely paying off already. So we're actually seeing Laserlock trying to take down that garage. A nice move there for C9, but the Riptide may prevent that, sniping down one of them. 2 of them left, but it looks like they should be able to crush that beforehand.
Oh, I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to use the Riptide to go ahead and block that off. Now the fully elite Riptide will get the kill on 3 of those Javelin Troopers. That Riptide definitely paying for itself. The Vindicator's heading out across the map. Not sure what they were actually going to take down, but...
Oh, I think it was power! He took in the power, so therefore the multi-gunner turret was in low power mode and couldn't return fire. So then when WalftheWolf dropped down his turret, he had free reign, so C9 actually sold his multi-gunner turret as a result.
Oh, that's actually a pretty nice move there by WalftheWolf, taking down those power plants, which I think is something that's maybe a little bit underrated. I totally understand why players don't take out the power plants most of the time, but I mean, sometimes it is necessary, and sometimes that's exactly what you need to get ahead in the game, because if you can double production time in an arms race, that is absolutely awesome. And there's going to be the cryo shot. The perfect response, though, by C9 is going to be just to split his forces. And I mean, sometimes that's all you need, is you just need your opponents to split their forces. But in this case, it's going to be not quite enough. On the left side, on the right side, rather, we do have 2 Riptides going to be heading in. And actually, WalftheWolf, what he did was he sent his Vindicators down and sniped the walls. So C9 is going to have a hard time trying to deal with that.
There's no build ready, so he can't rebuild the walls. And so actually marching through with that huge army, but the MCV is moving forward to crush those. So C9 is freaking out, and he'll actually retreat from that, but he's so kind of splashed up in that little ramp there. But that MCV is actually getting pretty low. He might lose that. Got to be careful there, WalftheWolf. Your MCV is quite valuable, and it's getting pretty low. But that War Factory may get laser locked as well. Got to be careful about that.
Yeah, these Riptides need to be engaging, because what's worse than we're losing Riptides is actually just losing the War Factory, and one of them is Veteran. He does lose the Vindicator. There's so much DPS here, but there goes the repair ability of that War Factory. I mean, C9 did have a convenient way to repair his
It's still the airfield, though.
Yeah.
But still, there's so much infantry, it won't even matter, because those Riptides, despite their vet, despite the airfield repair, won't even matter, because those Javelins just have the numbers they want. Even that multi-gunner turret being deployed in the natural base of WalftheWolf, and these Riptides, they weren't really focusing during that engagement. I think WalftheWolf was more concerned about defending his own base. So actually, it looks as though WalftheWolf is turning to the water expansion, the refuge that it offers. He does have quite a fair bit of money in the bank, and it's actually, think about it, it's not too bad, because both of the harvesters were sniped in the base. So the only income that that C9 has is going to be that old Derrick, which really isn't a lot. So it may seem like a bit of a futile gamble, but it's not really at this stage.
Yeah, and actually, if WalftheWolf can gain some money by selling this stuff off, he could be in a pretty good situation. And on top of that, if C9 actually ends up losing this power plant as well, that'll be one more thing that he has to rebuild in the new main base that he's found himself in. He's going to be likely just taking over WalftheWolf's old base as WalftheWolf expands to the water.
It's a good move. It's quite good.
Fully
indeed.
heroic
So
Riptide. Nice.
Yeah, it should be. I reckon they can kill all his infantry. I mean, fully heroic. He can regenerate it. He can micro it. He can kite with it. So there is actually those the harvesters being rebuilt in the base of C9. But we'll have to see if C9 can actually kind of defend against these Riptides.
Yeah, I mean, there's enough Javelin Troopers here to actually take down these Riptides really quite quickly. But yeah, this heroic Riptide, he's going to have a fun time just kiting for just about ever as he tries to take down those Peacekeepers with their shields. In the north, WalftheWolf actually cleaned up all of the Peacekeepers, and now he's got a heroic Peacekeeper from the refinery that he ended up selling off.
Yeah, it killed like 2 Javelins, and I think it was like 3 Peacekeepers somehow, I'm not sure, but it was very heroic. Actually, he might lose it. Nope, the MCV crushed it. That's a pretty big deal there, losing that. And so there's actually a Prospector on the water here from WalftheWolf. Looks like he's trying to go set that up on one of those, that southern water expansion, but there's also a Prospector that's not mining. That's pretty damn crucial at this stage. Oh, what? The Riptide!
Oh my gosh. It's so close. It was within 1 shot of going down, and the Javelin Trooper could not finish it off. The Peacekeeper could not finish it off. WalftheWolf, he's got 2 expansions on the left side. He's got the naval yard. C9 doesn't quite have the same sort of economic situation, but he is going to be sitting on these 2 refineries, his main base, plus his oil derrick. He is going to be pretty happy about that.
You got to think how crucial that Riptide is, because again, there is no build radius on those 2 refineries, so he can't rebuild them. He can't build a barracks. He can't build more troops. Once those Javelins and those Peacekeepers get taken out, he can't defend his base. There's actually another Riptide moving in from WalftheWolf, so he really wants to kind of shut down those 2 harvesters, which isn't a bad idea at all. So this Riptide is going to try and snipe down more and more of these units. That's exactly what he's doing, but actually that fully heroic Javelin Trooper is pretty powerful.
Yeah, the 3 Javelin Troopers are really what's keeping C9 here. However, nope, never mind. The Vindicator shows up and is going to grant the veterancy, grabs the veteran status, and is going to have 1 bomb left. Oh, nice. An immediate elite status. So that's absolutely fantastic control there by C9. He is going to be pretty darn happy about that. But I mean, really, he took quite a fair bit of damage in the south here. Those just 2 or 3 Riptides causing so much trouble. And now WalftheWolf is being scouted by this entire Vindicator. Oh! The Cryo Blast going off. It will... No, it doesn't miss the Harvester, but the refinery is the goal that C9 wants.
Oh, wow.
Although it does get sold off. See, I'm always so confused about the freezing, because the sell-off animation doesn't always finish. And so, like, that Vindicator got veterancy from killing that refinery, but WalftheWolf got money back from selling off the refinery.
Interesting. So basically,
I still don't remember how it works.
We have Vet 2 on that, well, Tier 2 rather, on that command Conard. So actually, Assault Destroyer is going to move in to the MCV. That's a good move there, because that will basically prevent that forward refinery. I think he was going for. C9 wanted that refinery, but with that Assault Destroyer, he has no chance. But actually, Dolphins, we have a naval yard, or seaport rather, from C9. So he's going to try and harass down those harvesters. So this is a very crazy game. We're seeing naval battles as these Vindicators is trying to take out that assault destroyer. There is no, what are they called? The anti-air naval units. Shit.
The hydrofoils. There aren't
hydrofoil
any quite yet. Oh, a brilliant bombing there by C9 as the black hole armor gets activated, but it doesn't matter because C9 now has a fully heroic Vindicator. WalftheWolf absolutely up against the ropes. These Dolphins are doing huge amounts of damage. The Riptide is desperately trying to support, but will it be enough?
2 Vindicators on the way. One of them is Vet 2. One of them is fully heroic. He may lose this MCV, this Riptides. The Hydrofoil is going to be so crucial to kind of warding off those. Actually, may he lose the MCV? Nope, he went for the Riptides. Probably not a bad choice though, but keep in mind at the bottom there is also another sneaky expansion. So there's actually 2 refineries against the 2 of C9. So this is definitely either man's game here, but C9 is in a position to rebuild them. Hydrofoils are on the field from C9. So actually I think C9 may have this game with his own naval units combined with those vetted Vindicators.
Yeah, and the Apollo heading back home for WalftheWolf, and he's like, hey guys, what happened? When I left here, there was an airfield. When I came back, there's nothing. And so this is going to be a really dire situation for WalftheWolf. I mean... Yeah.
He doesn't exactly
need
the airfield because the Apollo is repairing from the airfield, but there's 2 hydrofoils and a couple of dolphins moving in, so we are actually finally seeing infantry battle, and a dolphin, I think, has scouted that refinery on the south, so he's going to lose that prospect. There is nothing nearby, and so yeah, these hydrofoils will prevent that Riptide from returning fire. This looks game to me. C9 having the Navy, and should be able to... Yeah, there we go.
And that is going to be a 4-2 series for C9, winning the 5-year anniversary 1v1 in a 6 games out of 7 were played. And that was an awesome, awesome series to cast.
That was intense. Oh, that was intense. That game was just so back and forwards. It didn't even make any sense. I was like, okay, he's got this expansion. And now he does. And now he's got dolphins. It's like, what is even happening? That is a very well played game from both C9 and WalftheWolf. Unfortunately, C9 being that little bit ahead, that fast naval yard was a very good move.
Yeah, and that will actually completely wrap the 5-year anniversary 1v1. It has been a long time since Red Alert 3 came out. This was a long tournament, and I don't think I would have it any other way. I'm all emotional now because I'm so excited. Those games. I didn't realize that was the last game. I would have been like way more excited if I knew that C9 was going to take the tournament. So well played to C9. Congratulations on winning the tournament. I think he gets what, $40 and a Generals 2 Alpha key. Yes, he does indeed. So I mean, WalftheWolf coming in second. He will also get a Command & Conquer Alpha key, which, I mean, we'll see how long that alpha lasts. It may just be like, hey, if you bought the Ultimate Collection... Well, yeah. But, I mean, it's like, hey, if you bought the Ultimate Collection, and you get, like, invited right at the same time as you get the alpha key from winning a tournament. Yeah, that'd suck. But that will do it. GG to both of these players, to all of our contestants who were in this tournament. All, like, 12 of you who actually showed up, despite the fact that there was 200 signups. Really? No, there was 33 signups, or maybe only 32. Close enough. But yeah, not as many players ended up showing up. A double elimination tournament, a fantastic way to end our 5-year anniversary tournaments. And what a great series to end it on. We saw some absolutely incredible games, some epic games from both of these players, from many players throughout. And Mr. Ownage Machine, you were here the whole time. It's almost 5 a.m. in Australia. So everyone show some big love for Ownage Machine. A big thanks to you, actually, for sticking around all this time. It's been 7 hours since we began this. Yep. It's quite literally 4:45. I work tomorrow at like 12:45. So, look, not ideal, but definitely I regret nothing. That was a cool series. I had a lot of fun. Red Alert 3 is an awesome game, and something that I never really appreciated was seeing players
like at that sort of level, like really battle it out and just use everything they possibly can to really try and get that edge over their opponent. The example that comes to mind is how in that battle-based beta game, how C9, he got that Peacekeeper to get the shield to take the damage from the multi-gun turret. Just those little quirks, the micro. It's crazy seeing like the scale of these players just kind of really battle it out to their full potential. So it was been an absolute blast. Thank you for having me, Mr. Sybert.
Absolutely, and I think that will do it for this tournament. Thank you all so much for watching. Of course, a big thanks to Rage of Heat, Couch, the other Red Alert 3 staff, everyone who helped put this together. Such a fantastic opportunity that we have. 5 years of Red Alert 3. We have seen some awesome games. We have seen so much awesomeness coming out of Command & Conquer, and I'm hoping the next 5 years of Command & Conquer are going to be the best yet, but we will have to see. That is a question for another day, because that will conclude this tournament. I don't know what else to say other than thank you so much for watching.
Yep.
Yeah, I definitely broke a record personally for my stream, so that was absolutely incredible that we got so many people watching a 5-year-old game from a franchise that many consider dead, and many consider outclassed by the other RTSs of its day, which, I mean, it certainly is, but it's still awesome to see this many people showing up for a tournament, this many people showing up to watch, and even a co-caster to share it all with. So thank you all so much. It's been an incredible time, and some of these people have actually been here since the beginning.
Yeah, I reckon. This is Owned Machine, the General Gentleman. Good night.